Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video here, we'll be going through the Ryota performance in Shadow Guild. So few days ago, we already received the compensation from the Ryota Divinity nerf, right? But what if I tell you Ryota Divinity nerf is actually a buff? So first thing, we're going to take a look why they actually do the nerf for Ryota's Divinity. It's because in certain situation and certain team comp setup, you are actually able to do the AP burst effect to reach 100% after a single turn, granting unlimited action and causing the battle to freeze. I did this tip. Alright, so if we look at the previous video, if you look back my previous video where I posted 9 days ago, we finally make Zhou usable in PvE content. I did pin a comment section. Don't try Elif R6 to replace Unas with the correct tune because it will be a 100% infinity loop and the game will crash. Because if you put Elif with the 100% assist rate, it will make the thing so consistent that it will break the game and the game will just crash because it's infinity loop. The battle won't end. No matter how you do, the battle won't end because it will be 100% AP loop. So if we look back to this thing, since they nerfed the Ryota Divinity, so we are not able to use our previous team, which is the Zhou team or the Elif team. But now, if we combine both teams together into our Shadow Guild now, it is the best Shadow Guild team after the Ryota nerf. So indirectly, Ryota nerf actually make the Infinity Loop team usable into Shadow Guild. So let me go through. This is now the newest Shadow Guild team for the meta slot. Alright, so originally, if you look at the notepad here, right, Ryota originally can give you 30%, Zhou 25%, Tetsuya 10%, Elif 20%. One is from the assist, one is from the S3 if you trigger attack up a crit damage buff from Feng Shun, and then you Heimei here can trigger another 10%, and because you build them with assist, then it will be 105%. Okay, but after the Ryota nerf here, it will be possible now because with 95% in nerf 10% down, so no longer 30% here, it will be 20%. So now it will be a very high RNG chance to hit 95% AP turn. And if you Heimei trigger like multi-hit here, or probably Zhou here also trigger the relief set, then it will be a 105%. Basically become an infinity loop turn, but it will break through, it will cut off the infinity loop, depends on your RNG. Alright, so how do you build this team? Ryota here have to be R6 in order to hit this high damage, but if a Ryota isn't R6, it will still help you boost your high score. Okay, so if your Ryota is not R6, it will be fine, just that you don't have the additional turn and also don't have the cast ability. So in terms of RNG wise, it's not going to be that high, but probably still able to bring high score to you. Alright, so this is for Ryota. Divinity here have to be D3. You want to go for relief set and Avatar set. Try to tune the speed not higher than Tetsuya. And then you can go for a little bit of DPS here, so you can actually accumulate a little bit more DPS. Then the most important tune is going to be Tetsuya. Tetsuya here have to be the fastest in the team. So you build your best DPS set here with a mixture of some speed within their substats, and then you want to get around this speed. If you can go for higher as well, just that Tetsuya will be the highest speed in the team, and you want to maintain Tetsuya with high attack, high crit damage. Crit rate here doesn't matter too much as long as you tune it nicely. For example, 55% here, you get 15% elemental advantage from the boss and 30% from Ryota buff. So Tetsuya here, it depends on your speed and attack. Tetsuya have to be the highest attack in the team and also with the highest speed. So when you tune your Tetsuya, everything here will follow your Tetsuya. So your speed here, for example, Ryota speed cannot be faster than Tetsuya. And then for example, my Zhou here is going for relief set and brawler set, also cannot be faster than Tetsuya, and the attack here cannot overpass Tetsuya. But it's basically not able to overpass that because Zhou here is level 16 without Divinity. So this is my Zhou, and you want to ensure that your Zhou can actually survive. If your Zhou cannot survive, then you want to put a little bit more substats like defensive or HP to ensure your Zhou can survive. Then after that, your second hardest tune is going to be your Elif. Your Elif here is going to be level 70 and R6. And then Elif here, I'm going for Harmony set and going for Brawler set. You'll notice that the Elif here I'm running is crit damage, HP, and HP. You don't want attack bonus stat because Elif here, you want to tune so nice that you cannot overpass Tetsuya even with 2 attack up buff. So the first thing, you're gonna have a leader buff of 50%, and then your Elif here will have a base lion stance here that gives you additional attack 40%, and you also have to increase Feng Shun that can provide the Heaven's Will with giving you a random buff, for example attack up buff for your Elif. So how you want to calculate is if you bring out your calculator and then you want to put in your current, you have to calculate, alright? So you want to calculate like what is the current attack stats you have in Elif. So this is the current attack stats I have on Elif. Then after the leader buff 50%, so this the leader buff can provide for you, and then add into the original attack up. So when you go into the battle, you have this amount of attack. And then you have to multiply by 40% because the lion stance here can give Elif another 40%. Then it's 270.4.8 plus the previous attack when you go into the battle. Then this is the Elif attack. Then Elif here will always have the attack up buff on her because she will not take any action. So the attack up buff is going to be very consistent on her. Then another 40% here plus the 9466.8, and then this is the Elif attack after like Captain Leader buff, after the Lion Stance attack buff here, and after the attack buff function able to provide to her, or probably Ryota provide to her, because the attack up buff will always remain on Elif because she don't really take action, she's there just to assist, and Tetsuya here might actually wear off with the attack. So for Tetsuya calculation, so keep note, this is the Elif one. Elif is 13k and 253. Then you want to calculate your Tetsuya one. So for my Tetsuya, I tune 6792 plus 2052. This is the Tetsuya attack, and with the Captain Leader buff, Tetsuya able to get 50% is this amount. So plus the original Tetsuya attack, then this is the Tetsuya attack. So you will notice that my Tetsuya attack after just purely the Captain Leader buff is 13266. Which is higher than Elif. You have to make sure that your Tetsuya attack will always higher than Elif, even Elif have the attack up buff. So this Tetsuya 13266 attack is without the attack up buff. Of course, we want to ensure that even Tetsuya without the attack up buff, the attack stat is actually higher than Elif. This is the hardest tune you want to do. But basically, if you want to go for brain dead a little bit, just make your Elif not that high attack and ensure it's not higher than Tetsuya after all the buffs. Okay, then for Elif here, you want to try to go for mainly for crit damage. The crit rate here doesn't matter too much. Mainly for crit damage, try to get as high crit damage as possible, because Elif here attack cannot be higher than Tetsuya, but you still want Elif to do as a sub DPS. So you want your Elif here to actually have very high crit damage to actually help to do DPS. Then your function here, you have to tune that not higher than Tetsuya. So you can see my function speed here is total up for 152, and my Tetsuya speed is 154. So Tetsuya speed have to be higher than function. Your function build here, you can just build whatever you want, doesn't matter because function will get stoned. And I'm going for a whole fast set on function just to increase overall team tankiness, because I want Zhou to survive, I want Yuhei to survive, I want Ryota to survive, mainly for Zhou, because this team here, my Zhou is actually very squishy. So my function here go for high resistance and also whole fast set to increase overall team defensive, so they won't actually get killed that easily. Alright, basically tankier. And then for Yuhei here, just build with Hades set, which is Nether set, that can lifesteal and Brawler set, and just build her as high DPS as possible will do. The attack stats here, just make sure it's lower than Tetsuya will do. Okay, but not too complicated calculation like Elif, because Elif here have self attack up buff, while Tetsuya doesn't have. Yuhei doesn't have. Alright, so after you tune the whole team, every blitz here will take you probably 15 minutes or 10 minutes to actually blitz one time, and it will have a lot of disconnection error. So let me just blitz one and let you see how the let me blitz like probably 10 run, then I'll let you see how the average goes. Alright, so after blitzing for 1 hour, on average it's like 5 to 7 minutes per run. Usually when like in a high score run here, it would take even longer time. So on average you should get 11B. Okay, not you should get, okay, I can get 11B. And then sometimes when you have some unlucky run here, you can probably run something like 10 billion or 9 billion. Depends on the luck, because it also depends on how many relief set affect your proc and all these things here. It will matters, it will change the RNG. Alright, so let's take a look at the higher score one. It will take very long, the battle, so I'm definitely not going to show the whole thing. But what I want to show you is when you reach the petal stage, you are actually able to infinity loop without actually infinity looping due to the Ryota buff nerf. Right, so Ryota nerf is actually making this team a lot more better, right? So a few things you want to keep note. First thing, Tetsuya here must get the slack buddy. You have to apply the slack buddy here, and then you have to see the interaction between Tetsuya, Yuhime, and Elif. So how do you check the interaction is when you do the run. Here, everything here will be the same until you go to the petal station, then you have to check that if the run is tuning perfectly fine. Alright, so now it's the petal stage. Now everyone have 18 stack, right? 18 stack of the debuff. So after Tetsuya action, and then with Yuhime interaction and Elif, they should reduce the stack, which is Yuhime and Tetsuya should reduce the stack, while Elif here will always maintain at 18 stack. So even though you look at the AP bar here at the bottom, you will see Tetsuya, Yuhime, and Elif keep taking action and keep zooming here. Right, you see them keep taking action, but what you want to check is when they take the action, you'll see Tetsuya is 11 stack, Yuhime is 15 stack, and Elif here still remain 18 stack, which means Elif here did not take any action at all. Means your synergize is actually correct, which means now Elif, every single action from Elif is actually from the assist. It's nothing to do with the turns. Okay, so this is how you can actually check through the stack. Because if Elif actually higher attack than Tetsuya and Elif takes action, then it's not going to be 18 stack. It will be 17 or 16 at the start of the combat. Alright, then if this thing, everything here you check is fine, then you have to check your survival, which is check your Zhou will die or not. Alright, so if you check that your Zhou run here, your Zhou will actually die, then you want Zhou to be slightly tankier, like built in with some defense percentage or HP percentage to make him tankier. And Ryota here won't die because he will build with HP, right? But Ryota here will heal up the team. So if your synergize is correct, then Tetsuya and Yuhime will be the one who get the lower stack, and Elif here should be kinda always maintaining an 18 stack, even though Elif profile picture here will actually move. Alright, then you will see that the boss here still doesn't take any AP bar changes at all, because if your loop is correct enough, that every time you keep triggering relief set and you manage to trigger the 100% AP push loop, then you should be able to loop the whole run. Okay, then Tetsuya here might actually die because you can see very low HP now, but Tetsuya have a self revive in his kit. I forgot it's R4 or R2 effect. He have a self revive kit, so you don't have to worry that Tetsuya will die. If your Tetsuya will die, then you have to make him a little bit more HP or a little bit more defense percentage to make him not able to die. Right, so my Tetsuya is tuned nicely, so my Tetsuya won't die here. But if your Tetsuya die and you have the R4 effect, he will prevent himself to die, recover a portion of HP, and go into the Umbrage mode. Right, so everything tuned nicely, then you should be able to start in this infinity loop. But time to time, the boss is able to get some AP push here, because you are not able to always get a 100% AP push. Sometimes you get 95% or 85%, then the boss will take a little bit of action. So in the end, Tetsuya will be the highest damage dealer, and then the second one will be Elif, because you want to build Elif with high crit damage, right? And then the third one will be Yuhime. Then Ryota and Zhou here does a little bit damage here just to slightly boost up, and Feng Shun here, he won't do anything other than just providing the march spin. So if you tune everything nicely, you should be able to get higher score than what you usually have now in Shadow Guild with this setup. And then the Blitz here takes very long. Okay, one run of Blitz takes around like 50 minutes to 60 minutes, which is around like 1 hour to actually finish a 10 Blitz run. It takes very long time. It's very RNG, but it is gonna able to hit a very high score. Alright, so basically that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope this video actually helped you guys out for the Shadow Guild tuning. You can feel free to comment down as well, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Trent Ken, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, First Law, D&D, thank you so much for your support. And special thanks to the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ Riggs, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Acne, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.